again. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Q, welcome to Washington U. I love this slide. This is the only slide I got. I stole this off the interwebs. Brian Briggs tweeted it out. I thought, oh, that's my gig right there. Q. I love these organizations. Cap Q and Washington U. Those are two great gigs that go great together. I'm thinking today he's like peas and carrots, right? Peanut butter and carrot. No, it's good. All right. We're going to talk about the theme that is on the slide right there. It is a time to grow and a time to renew. And I'm thinking, like, as we come here, we got two great organizations. We got Cap Q, we got Washington U, we got people from all over the region. I talked to somebody today from Folsom. I talked to somebody today from San Jose. We got people from everywhere today. And we are bringing these people here together. And why? We're bringing people here together to renew. To renew what? Community. We are renewing the heartbeat of this network right here. This network is so important. I have not been in a room full of human beings live in a couple of years. I'm so excited. Does the excitement show? It does, thank you. The excitement shows. And why? Why do we want to renew this network? Because we are all those types of edgy nerds who want to get up 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, sip some coffee, and figure out how to solve problems that we share in common. Why is the network important? Why is it important to have people in a room on a Saturday morning who want to lead the way in the next innovations? Because when we get isolated away from the network, our problems seem bigger. There's been some big problems lately. Is it just me? Have you experienced the problems? Yes, the great interruption happened and we became a little isolated. And when we're isolated, our problems seem bigger. But when our network gets bigger, our problems seem smaller. So let's renew the network. Let's get reconnected to one another, and let's get multiple perspectives on the problems that we bring to the table and learn some ways today to solve those problems collectively. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Oh, that was just me. Good. Let's figure out like a little checkup from the neck up who's in the room, because I'm like, I don't know everybody, but I know you. I met you earlier. It's good to see you. How many people are kindergarten through second grade? Kindergartners in the house? I know you are. Yes. I love when kindergarten folks show up to a tech conference, because I tell you, a decade ago, people were like, kindergartners can't log into Chromebooks. Now our kindergartners are like building websites. They're like, step up back, let me show you some stuff. Kindergarten folks bring it too. Like, we are all picking the low-hanging fruits of the kindergarten labor. Like, if you've got a smart kid in your room, you can thank the kindergarten teacher who taught that kid at some point to be a student. They teach kids to be students. First grade locks it down on phonics. Second grade does it double time, and then they hand them off to third grade. By the time the kid gets to third grade, we're like, hey, we got a student here, and you can read. Cool. Read these instructions. I'll take the rest of the day now. Hey, third through fifth grade. Yes, upper elementary. Can I get a whoop whoop? Yes, that's a fun kid right there, the upper elementary, because they're just starting to get the language enough to be kind of sassy, but they're not as tall as the middle schoolers. So you're like, it's kind of fun, right? Yeah, I'm on the 3rd through 5th grade jam because I'm still tall as some of them, you know, I'm not that big. Right? You know, the 5th grade job is to get them ready for what? Right? The big show. Middle school. Any middle school teachers out there? Yeah! Middle school is always loud. You know, like, keep middle school weird. Right? Keep middle school weird. You got, middle school is a trick because, like, the middle school kid, I think if you ask a lot of adults, you're like, hey, what do you remember from middle school? Half the adults are like, nothing. I'm completely blocked out. Here's why I went to sleep as a 5th grader. I woke up as a 9th grader. Right? There's a blackout. And some people are like, I love middle school. I remember my favorite teacher. I remember what I learned. I remember, like, right? There's a great divide right there. Middle school is weird because, like, what's the old Michael Jackson video? Thriller! Like, remember the old werewolf movie? The werewolf movie where the person's totally normal. That's like 5th grader. Like, hey, I'm a little kid. Everything's fine. And then the moon comes out behind the cloud. They go, and you're like, something's about to happen. And their body starts to transform. Hair starts coming out everywhere. That's middle school, right? They get down, and you in the werewolf movie, they at some point they're going through the transformation, and they look in the camera, they're like, run! Right? Middle school teacher's like, I ain't running. I'm working all day in the full moon in the middle school classroom. It's gonna get weird in here. Yeah, I love middle school people. You all are a special breed because you work with a special breed of kids. But middle school folks, you're just getting them all ready for the real main stage event. Do I get any high school teachers in here? High school? Woo woo! High school people! Right, English, math, science, social science, visual performing arts, got the world language. You know, high school is cool because working at, I was a long time high school folk, working in high school, it's kind of like being in high school. When I went to high school in the 80s, don't judge. Right. I went to high school in the 80s, right? And in the 80s, you know, it was like the jocks, and the rockers, and the stoners. And I got a job at the high school, and it was like the PE department, right? The math department, the FAPA. I just call the FAPA department stoner. Just kidding, right? But everything's a little clique, you know? It's high school folk are the best, man, because they love their job. They're not tough people. If you're a high school kid, I know you are, like, you're the last one to touch the product before leaving the assembly line. Which is great, because this thing goes off to MIT and cures cancer. You're like, yeah, I did that. Yeah. And that kid comes up on the nightly news, you're like, oh, he was in someone else's class. That wasn't mine, right? Yes, it takes all of it. Any special ed peeps out there, special educators? Can I get a woo-woo? Yes, everyone deserves a special education, you know what I'm saying? It takes special ed folks to dig deep and get into, you know, accommodations and modifications that our kids deserve. I love special ed. Hey, any classified folk out there? You been to classified stuff? That's my brother! Yes, we love the world. We couldn't wake up in the morning if we all run our school. Thank you. Any toasters, little teacher on special assignment? TOSA! Good kid. The toaster kid's a good kid because you still got the T in toasting. You still got the teacher in your. It's a good kid. You know, sometimes you walk in the staff room and it's all quiet. You're like, hey, I'm not with them. I got the T. I got the T. Hey, you can talk, right? And he has been in the house. I live on a Death Star, right? I'm an admin. Don't bad on admin. Someone's got to keep the lights on, you know what I'm saying? Someone's got to run the drive, keep all the stormtroopers lined up in those straight rows. It's good in there. You can't all drive the Millennium Falcon. Y'all, everyone's having fun, having to keep things going, keep the lights on. The deal is this. If we're going to renew the network, it takes every one of us. It takes the kindergarten teacher to teach them to be a student, the first grade teacher to teach them to learn some fun. It takes the third to fifth grade teacher to get ready for the weirdness of middle school. It takes the middle school to promote them to high school. It takes all of us. The toasters are like shepherds to keep us online, the admin keep the lights on. Look, like, it takes all of us. And when we plug into a network that is larger than just a grade level or a subject area, we plug into a network, it's like, it's good. It is good for our spirit. It is good for our brain. I'll give you a little checkup of the neck up on why the network really matters from kind of like the research side of the house. I think as edu folk, we are all experts in pedagogy, right? We're pedagogical experts. Pedagogy is how we assume students learn. Like, you know, you design a kindergarten lesson that's developmentally appropriate for a 6-year-old, and you develop a middle school lesson on that same standard strand that's appropriate for middle school. Because pedagogically, you can't teach a middle schooler the same way you teach a kindergartner, even though sometimes they all act the same. Right? But what we don't think about a lot is andragogy, which is the word I looked up twice. Andragogy is how we understand adult learning theory. We all talk about how our kids learn. We don't always think about how we learn. And something that I've learned about learning, as it applies to adults, is adults are in time, on demand learners. Meaning you don't want to learn something until you see the problem that you're trying to solve. Have you ever been to the PD? It's an 8-hour PD. They try to teach you something. I guess has nothing to do with the thing that I'm actually struggling with. And so you end up not learning. You don't learn because as an adult learner, you don't want to learn until you understand the problem that's going to be solved. And we are on-demand learners as adults. We understand the problem we're facing, and once we do, we then look for an on-demand, real-time, in-time, job-embedded solution. That's why you come here today and you go out to these amazing presentations. You may be like, that was super entertaining, and then go back on Monday and not remember any of it unless you contextualize it to the problems that you have. Here's the thing about edu folk. You've all seen the research. Teacher makes 2,000 decisions a day. True story? True story. Educator makes 2,000 decisions a day. You're gonna come to a PD, I'm like, hey, we're gonna give you some more decisions to make. You're like, I'm good. I got all the decisions I need, right? But if during your 2,000 decisions a day, you're like, you know what? I got this one problem. How do I get kids to how do I give kids real authentic feedback? Well, once you own the problem and know what you're looking to solve, now you're ready to learn. I told you if the network gets bigger, your problems get smaller, right? The reason we're renewing our network today is because if you bring your problems to this room right now, people are going to see your problem from a different perspective. If you're in your classroom isolated by yourself, your problem looks huge, they seem insurmountable, and you're having a hard time learning how to grow out of your problem. But if you bring your problem to a network and be like, hey, you guys are all NU folk. Have you seen this same problem and people start attacking your problem from different angles? Have you experienced that before? Being around other educators helps you understand your problem better, and all of a sudden your problems get smaller. That's what we're here to do today, is renew the network. This room right here is like a brain scan, a brain with synapses firing, with hippocampus is talking to amygdala saying, let's what? Like this room right here is hopefully a network where you'll get a good idea from Frank, and Frank will get a good idea to Roland, and Roland will share that same good idea to Aaron, and it'll morph and evolve and change as the synapses fire around the room. Does that make sense? So we gotta be together. So, for the introverts in the crowd, I'm sorry. I believe that learning for adults is in time, on demand. It is job embedded, meaning we learn with other educators and more educators. And the last piece is, learning is social. We do better when we do together, right? That's why the hashtag better together learn through our industry. So, I need you to be social. If you're an introvert, I have an amazingly brilliant edu introvert wife. She's probably feeling cringy right now that I'm even speaking about her on stage. She can just feel it in the atmosphere. She's so introverted. Like, she knows what's coming right now. I'm about to do a turn and talk. Somebody look at the door and be like, can I get to the bathroom? And you don't know. Like, can I sneak up? Some of my favorite people, what's up? Come on in. Give them a round of applause. We got parking. Woo-hoo! Yeah. Hey, we're about to do perfect timing, so we're about to do a little turn and talk. So, hey, if you are an introvert, I apologize in advance, but if we're going to renew this network, you're going to have to stand up, you're going to spin around one time, don't do it until I tell you, and then you're going to start walking through the room. You're eventually going to make accidental eyeball contact with somebody, and when it happens, do the universal, I see you looking at me and I'm looking at you. Right? Let's try it. You're not picking up one hand, so okay, we'll try it. How about you? Oh, good. There we go. Now we're looking at each other. Once you know you're looking at somebody else, close distance on them. You're either going to give them a high five, a handshake, a knuckle up, or you go for a hug. You know what I'm saying? And don't read the room, no. You know, if somebody's doing the knuckle over, like, bring it in, right? I want you in the next 2 minutes, when I say go, to walk the room, do this, like I'm looking at you, make some contact, just like, hey, my name's John, I work in the Thomas, I hope you learned something today, and then we'll move on. I want you to make contact with at least 3 people in the next 2 minutes. Don't forget who that first person was, because I might call you back to them. Do y'all understand the assignment? Say yes or no? Yes. If you said no, I was hardly listening. Okay, here we go. You're gonna stand up, spin around, and go. Go, Mario. Hey, whoever you're talking to right now, look at him and say, you are my partner. If you don't have a partner, check it out. You are with a partner right now. We are renewing the network. The way we renew the network is we connect, we fire synapses, we share back and forth. Here's what I want you to do. Take your right hand, put it in the air. You're going to face your partner, and you're going to take your right hand and put it behind you like this. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go. On go. You're going to send out your hand with 0 to 5 fingers. Can I borrow you? Whoever can count up all the fingers and yell out the correct addition product. It's a tech conference now, not coming. Whoever can do the right number out loud wins. It's going to look like this. You can look at us. We're competing. Yeah, whoever shouts it out that is first. Yeah, on go. 1, 2, 3, go. 4. So I'm pretty sure you won. So you can dance and go. I won. And if I lost, I go, you won! You won! Give a round of applause. Put your right hand up. Put your right hand behind your back. It's called fast fingers. We're shooting them out on the tree. Here we go. 0 to 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, go! Eyeball contact and say, I want a rematch. Hand up, hand behind your back, on go. What did we go? 5. Oh. throughout this network, all throughout this day. This is your first part of the day. Look at your partner and say, you were my first. You know what? Don't say that again. I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. Just look at your partner and say, I will never forget you. All right, go back to your seats. Go back to your seats. Hey, this is me saying thank you. Thank you for letting me be silly and having some fun. Check up from the neck up. You have just interacted with the network. The network will give you plenty. The network will give you ideas. The network will make your problems smaller. The network will support you as you learn and grow. We have just renewed the network. Please spend the rest of today pouring into and renewing. Brene Brown talks about vulnerability being the birthplace of joy and relationship. Why did I have you play a silly game and then go, you won? Because that's a vulnerable act. And when you show vulnerability, it says to the other person, yeah, let's jam. Let's have a relationship. So as you go through today, be willing to ask a question of a presenter. Be willing to turn to the person next to you like, I have no idea what's happening. Please help me. Right? Be vulnerable enough to ask people for support. Check up from the neck up. It is a tech-ish conference. We're going to do some esports, some chat GPT. We're going to rock into podcasts. Look, scale of 1 to 5. 1 to 5. How comfortable are you with rocking technology in your class? Don't throw it up right now. I saw some people going for we're going to keep it low. Some people be bragging. Like, I'm 5. And part of them, she's really a 3. I've seen her. Right? I start like low. It's cool. Scale of 1 to 5. 5 would be like, you are like a tech all-star. You can probably present anything today. You haven't written a parent email since ChatGPT went live. You're like, let that artificial intelligence take care of that for me. You're a 5. A 3 is like, I close some rings on my smartwatch. I got this, you know what I mean? I know a Google spreadsheet. I thought it was a bed sheet. This spreadsheet, I get this now. A 1 is like, if you're a 1, I'm in the wrong company. If you're a 1, use this figure. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the PE department. Okay, here we go. All right, scale of 1 to 5. How comfortable are you with rockets of technology? On go. 1, 2, 3, go. Cool. Yeah, you're an all-star. ChatGPT. This finger, sir. This finger. 3. I like the 3 this way. Okay, some people are 3 this way. Corey Coble, like you got a decimal point going on over there. It's good. It's good. I like it. It's good. It's good. I'm getting away with it. 5 minutes, John. I said we're going to talk about renew and grow. Whether you're a 3.7, a 1, a 5, it doesn't matter what number you are. We are all here to plug into this network, and we are here to grow. If you're a 5, it's on a scale of 1 to 5. You can be a 5.0001. You can grow today. And we give you a little growth model that I love that helps get you through the hard times of growth. Get you through the hard times of learning. If you want to learn something, an old mentor of mine said, hey, learning is just managing change. Right? I used to use spiral notebooks. Now I use Chromebooks. That was a change, right? And it wasn't like it happened in one day. It was a sequential, a series of steps that led to using those Chromebooks instead of spiral notebooks. Okay, check. My mentor said, hey, if you want to make change, you need 3 things. You need a desired state, a place that you want to be, a guiding light. Hey, I want to have a classroom where kids are writing and then editing and then recording podcasts and then publishing those podcasts with authentic audience so the parents can listen to their own report on the interweb and I can grade them at home while sitting on my couch. Like that's my desired state. I want my kids to be podcasting. Desired state, step 1. Step 2, you gotta check out from the neck up. What is your current reality? I've listened to a podcast. That's all I got. That's okay. The network will take you from here to there. From your current reality to your desired state, a mentor said you had 3 things to manage change. Desired state, current reality, and a rubber band. He says a rubber band is a guiding metaphor. He says rubber band is like change itself. When you feel the tension, you know you're working, right? Because change creates tension. So if you want to change, you want to grow from your current reality to your desired state, all you can do is stretch this rubber band in the direction of change. in the direction of your desired state, right? And when you stretch that thing in the direction of the desired state, you just hold. Try one new practice, one new protocol, one new process, one new procedure, one new step in the direction of the desired state. Don't try to go from your current reality to your desired state in one stretch. What happens is rubber band. You've been to this PD, right? The PD was like, hey, we only got one day for PD, so we're going to give you like 9 months of learning in 8 hours. You're going to be taking a sip of water from a fire hose, right? And you do this. What happens in that PD? Rubber band snaps. Ow, you hurt your hand. You don't know it. I got a filing cabinet filled with worksheets. This one's been working since 1998. I'll just stick with that, right? Right? You're not going to manage change and trying to stretch too far, too fast. Each one of us is in charge of our own rubber band. You can only stretch so far. Try one new process, one new procedure, one new step on Monday morning that you learned here today. Whatever you learned today, don't try to get to the desired state on Monday, just try to get to here on Monday and ask the network, hey, where should I start? And the network will tell you where to start. And what happens if you try one new thing, eventually that tension gives, and it's your new current reality. So you try something else new, and you try something else new, and you'll be back here a year from now presenting at this conference about the current reality of the previous year desired state. That rubber band is yours to manage. You stretch in the direction of your desired state. Now, some of us have different size rubber bands, right? We just came through a 2-year interruption in life. I feel like my rubber band was left on the windowsill, the hot sun was beating down on it. Every time I try to stretch it, just falls apart. I'm tying it back together in knots. Some of y'all have growth mindsets, right? You're like, you're straight out, you're like, I can learn anything, check this out. Making change is no big deal for you. Some of us have different size rubber bands, right? You're kind of stuck in your ways. You got those rubber bands, you know the ones that my daughter's got on the braces, right? You're like, oh, that's it, that's all the tension I can take, that's it, right? Oh, wait, it's working, it's working. Whatever size rubber band you got, you stretch it in the direction of your desired state. Plug into the network and say, hey, how am I doing? How can I get some support? How can I get some resources? What's my next stretch? What's my next step? You do that, and you will really use this network, and you will grow. Welcome to Cue-munity. That's me right there. My name is John. You can find me on the Twitter. Thank you all for being here. Let's move.